History isn't just facts and dates. Sometimes it's like a glitch in the Matrix. A moment so strange it makes you question everything. Are you ready to see the code behind reality? Here are 10 weird coincidences that history simply can't explain. Let's start with a chilling premonition. In 1898, author Morgan Robertson wrote a novel called Futility, about a massive, unsinkable ocean liner named the Titan. In his story, the ship hits an iceberg in the North Atlantic on a cold April night and sinks, with a tragic loss of life due to not having enough lifeboats. Sound familiar? 14 years later, the RMS Titanic, a real-life unsinkable ship, did the exact same thing, under eerily similar circumstances. Was it a prediction or a blueprint for disaster? Next, we go to the Hoover Dam, a marvel of modern engineering. Construction began in 1931. And one of the very first workers to die on the project was a surveyor named J.G. Tierney. He tragically drowned in the Colorado River on December 20th. Years later, as the dam was nearing completion, the very last official death occurred. The date, December 20th. The victim, Patrick Tierney, J.G. Tierney's son. The great American author Mark Twain had a special connection to the cosmos. He was born in 1835. The same year Halley's Comet blazed across the sky. Eonsi Hukdai came in with Halley's Comet. It is coming again next year, and I expect to go out with it. And in 1910, just as the comet made its return journey through our solar system, Mark Twain passed away, fulfilling his own strange prophecy. How about meeting your exact double? On July 28, 1900, King Umberto I of Italy went to a small restaurant for dinner. He was stunned to find that the restaurant owner looked identical to him. They even shared the same name, Umberto. As day talked, the coincidences piled up. They were born in the same town, on the same day, and both married a woman named Margarita. The next day, the king learned his double had been shot and killed in the street. Just hours later, King Umberto himself was assassinated. The Curse of the Mummy is a classic tale, but it might be more than a legend. When archaeologists opened Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922, they found a tablet that supposedly warned, "Death shall come on swift wings to him who disturbs the peace of the king." Within months, the expedition's financier, Lord Carnarvon, died from an infected mosquito bite. Over the next decade, a bizarre string of deaths followed, claiming more than 20 people connected to the tomb's opening. Napoleon's defeat at Waterloo is a famous turning point in history. But what if it all came down to the weather? The night before the battle, a massive, unseasonable thunderstorm turned the battlefield into a muddy swamp. This forced Napoleon to delay his attack, giving his Prussian allies crucial time to arrive and reinforce the British, ultimately sealing his fate. A simple rainstorm changed the course of European history forever. Speaking of conquerors, let's talk about Tamerlane, the 14th century Turco-Mongol ruler. His tomb was inscribed with a terrifying curse. "When I rise from the dead, the world shall tremble." In June 1941, Soviet anthropologists ignored the warning and opened his crypt. Within 48 hours, Hitler launched Operation Barbarossa, the largest military invasion in history, plunging the Soviet Union into a brutal war. Some people are just magnets for disaster, or maybe survival. Violet Jessup was a nurse, an ocean liner stewardess. In 1911, she was aboard the RMS Olympic when it collided with another ship. She survived. A year later, she was working on the RMS Titanic when it sank. She survived, and in 1916, during World War I, she was serving as a nurse on the HMHS Britannic when it hit a mine and sank. You guessed it, she survived that too. This next one is a little-known but mind-bending tale from Detroit in the 1930s. A man named Joseph Figlak was walking down the street when a baby fell from a 4th-story window and landed on him. Both he and the baby were unharmed. A year later, on the exact same street, the exact same baby fell from the exact same window and, incredibly, landed on Joseph Figlak again. And again, both were completely fine. Finally, we have the identical twins separated at birth. These two brothers, both named James by their adoptive families, grew up in different towns in Ohio, unaware of each other's existence. When they finally met at age 39, the similarities were staggering. Both were named James, Both worked in law enforcement. Both had married a woman named Linda, divorced her, and remarried a woman named Betty. Both had a son named James Allen, and both had a childhood dog named Toy. So, what do you think? Are these just random accidents of chance? Or are they proof that history has a hidden script? A strange pattern woven into the fabric of time? You decide. If you love unraveling the strange glitches of history, drop your own theories in the comments. Smash that like button, and subscribe for more moments that bend reality. Thanks for watching.